Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Meatloaf is a great segue to our Shabbat service tonight. We'll start with a nigun to give our Oneg family a little time before we call them in to light the candles. All right, and now, please turn to page 120 for the candle lighting.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has sanctified us with commandments and commanded us to light the Shabbat candles.
Amen. And now we are ready to welcome in the Sabbath bride. On pages 138 and 139, we will sing Lecha Dodi. When we get to, we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to verse 9, I invite you, if you're able, to rise and face the door and imagine Shabbat physically joining us in this space. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orekumi uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai elayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'betzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated. And now that we have welcomed in the Sabbath bride, we are ready to segue into our evening service with a Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael bagala bagala u'vizman kariv ve'imeru amen yehesh me'raba mevarach ve'alamu al me'almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'romam v'naseh v'yithadar v'yit'ale v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ve'alma ve'imeru amen. On page 146, please rise if you are able for the call to worship the Baruch Hu. Seated. On page 149, we continue together in the English. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu, u'kumenu nahasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, u'vahem negeyom yomam v'layla, v'havatcha al tasir, imenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. On pages 152 and 153 is the Shema, followed by the Ve'ahavta. Please rise if you are able. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים ללכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated. And we read together on the top of page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze Eli anu ve'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi kamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. 162. Ve'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We come now to the central portion of our evening prayer. The Amidah begins on page 164 and continues over the next few pages. If you are able, please rise. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi tehillatcha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei v'neihem, V'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham ve'Azrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah Rav le'Hoshia, Morid hatal. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech meimit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emana talachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. And we continue together in the English on page 173. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency, make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai, deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of the living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Page 175. You are with us in our prayer, our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levarcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 177. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty, and gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el lehodot. Page 178. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, nevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We take a moment now for silent prayer. You might use the words on pages 180 and 181 or the meditations of your own heart. Yehiyu leratzon imrei fi May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. We turn our thoughts now to those who are ill and in need of healing. On our Misha Berach list this week is Ricky Grant, Mary Kennedy, Edith and Norman King, Skip Brace, Denise Logan, Ruth Brenner, Ron Ely, John Kaur, Rosalind Cantu, Peter Winkler, Karen Thompson, Deborah Sondak, Dean Atchley, Ivy Bells, Bernard Strassner, Sharon Buell, Jean Walker, Gary Gentoff, Marion Finkel, Jennifer Goldberg Rosenbaum, David Deutsch, Louis Perlman, Lee McCoy, Eileen Milner, Mike Haug, Bill Brooks, Ellen Simmons, Brianna Campbell, Josiah Pendleton, Denise Smith, Clara Breeding, Bernard Levy, Lori Perry, Rebecca Scarborough, Scott Platts, Dave Avery, Kathy Brace, Bob Sparkman, Silly, Sarah Bat Fruma Dina. And if anyone else has a name they'd like to share this time. We pray for the health of mind, body, and spirit to all those in need. Misha Berach is on page 371. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha Ve'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha La'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We also pray for the health and safety of all those in our community who are active military, first responders, and peacekeepers, those around the world whose jobs are dangerous so that our lives might not be. We have on that list Oni Hinnanen, Joshua Ehrlichman, Martin Brown, Richard Rubino, Howard Mergler, Kyle Smet, Andrew Booth, Joseph Cald, Daniel and Bridget Stambowski, many members of the Nemero family, Pete Abelson, Jeremy Sharkey, Benjamin Hurd, Alexander Furman, Daniel Gilman, Curtis Miller, Rob Apgar, Ben Farrell, Caleb Menzies, and to all those in the armed services and on the ships at sea that are tuning in and watching us from our live stream. May the one who blessed our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, bless those who are serving in our armed services. May God guard them and keep them from harm. If they find themselves in dangerous path, may God bring them back, whole of mind and body, to all those who love them. May it be your will, Adonai Tzevaot, to lead them to safety and to protect them from each and every enemy and ambush. May God make their journey successful and guard their going out and coming in with mercy and love, and let them be blessed to return home with life and peace, now and forever. And let us say, Before the Devar Torah, as we've been doing these 7 weeks, if you would like to join me in saying the blessing for the Haftarah of Consolation tonight, the blessings are on page 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nbi'im tovim v'ratza b'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'nbi'ei ha'emet b'tzedek. Haftarah Ki Tetzei comes from Isaiah 54. I will read verses 7 through 10. For a little while I forsook you, but with vast love I will bring you back. In slight anger for a moment I hid my face from you, but with kindness everlasting I will take you back in love, said the Lord the Redeemer. For this to me is like the waters of Noah. As I swore that the waters of Noah never more would flood the earth, so I swear that I will not be angry or rebuke you again. For the mountains may move and the hills may be shaken, but my loyalty shall never move from you, nor my covenant of friendship be shaken, said the Lord who takes you back in love. Berega katon azavtich uvrachamim gedolim akabtzech beshetzef ketzef istarti b'nai rega mimech bechesed olam richamtich amar goalech Adonai ki menoach zot li asher nishbati me'avor menoach od al haaretz ken nishbati miksof alayich umik arbach ki harim yamushu v'haglaot temutena bechasti ve'itech lo yamush uvrit shalomi lo tamut amar merachamech Adonai. The blessing after. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim tzaddik bechol hadorot ha'el haneman haomer ve'oseh hamdaber umkayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanevi'im ve'al yom haShabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha v'chavod ultifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umbarchim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi chochai tamid leolam va'ed baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So this week's Torah portion is Ki Tetzei. In this parsha in Deuteronomy, sandwiched among several verses about compassion and community safety, we find the following verse. A woman may not dress in a man's apparel, nor shall a man wear women's clothing, for doing these things is abhorrent to the Lord your God. Based on its placement, it's clear that this verse was meant to also communicate something about community safety, though often today it is used as a weapon to actively make some communities unsafe for transgender or gender nonconforming Jews. Our rabbis taught that this prohibition was actually about sexual ethics than about gender presentation. Rashi worried that someone might cross-dress in order to gain access into gender-segregated areas for the sake of sexual encounters. Ramban and Rashbam both worry that it's a form of peacocking, that is, that it would be used as a way to stick out and garnered undeserving sexual attention. So, if someone is truly dressing in a way to make themselves comfortable for their own sake and not with any immoral sexual intent, we can interpret that, in fact, the Torah would permit that. Furthermore, the sages in our own time, as quoted in the book, The 5 Books of Miriam, a Women's Commentary, explain that from a historical perspective, the prohibition, much like the prohibition in Leviticus against tattoos and many other commandments throughout the Torah, was probably actually in direct response to what the pagans around the ancient Israelites were doing. Cross-dressing and gender bending was a part of the mythology and worship in some ancient Near Eastern religions, especially for the female cults of the goddesses Inanna, Anat, and Ishtar. These were powerful goddesses who each achieved greatness, often through masculine tasks and traits, and embodied paradoxical aspects, the maiden mother crone or the virgin whore paradigms encased in one goddess. Ancient Israelites worshiping one god who is either envisioned as solely male or completely agender would have no need for this kind of empowerment through gender bending, so they did away with it. Yet, as I mentioned last week, it seems silly in today's world of religious pluralism to be threatened by the goings-on of a parallel group who is only trying to live their own lives and not trying to force their customs on those that have different religious practices. Kalonymus ben Kalonymus, a rabbinical leader in 14th century France, writes in his work, Eben Bochan, Father in heaven, who did miracles for our ancestors with fire and water, you changed the fire of the Chaldees so it would not burn hot. You changed Dinah in the womb of her mother to a girl. You changed the staff to a snake before 1,000,000 eyes. You changed Moses' hand to leprous white and the sea to dry land. In the desert you turned rock to water, hard flint to fountain. Who then would turn me from a man to a woman? Were I only to have merited this, being so graced by your goodness? And the sorrow of the impossible is a human pain that nothing will cure and for which no comfort can be found. So I will bear and suffer until I die and wither in the ground. And since I have learned from the tradition that we bless both the good and the bitter, I will bless in a voice hushed and weak. Blessed are you, O Lord, who has not made me a woman. Which, that last part that he's quoting is the traditional morning blessing for all men. So what would Kalonymus say today if he were alive, when gender roles could be more fluid, when modern science could help him look how he feels, and modern sociology might even validate these truths? Perhaps then instead he could bless with gusto, Blessed are you, O Lord, who has made me in the divine image, which is the blessing the Mishkan Tefillah has in the morning blessings instead of the aforementioned one. Tonight, or today, marked the birthday of Marsha P. Johnson, one of the early movers and shakers of the LGBTQ liberation in America. Born in 1945, Marsha P. Johnson was her chosen name, and she would tell people that the P stood for pay it no mind when they asked about her gender. Like many other members of the Greenwich Village LGBT community in the 60s, Marsha was arrested more than once, but once she used her famous pay it no mind line on a judge who was so amused by it that he released her and all her charges were dropped. Marsha wasn't Jewish, but her participation in various NYC-based activist groups, including her role in the Stonewall Uprising, led the way for queer folks from every background, including those in our own communities, to be free to be who they are. And we thank her for that. Wherever her spirit resides now, I hope it is at peace today. In our Sefirat HaBinyan, we are 15 days, that is 2 weeks and 1 day, away from Rosh Hashanah. The mystical realm for this day is Chesed Shebeteferet, balanced kindness or compassionate kindness. In the time of Teshuvah, of returning to our souls and ourselves and our communities, let us ensure that our community is open to all those seeking to return to their truest selves. Let us ensure that our community is compassionate and safe for Jews of all genders and gender expressions. Reb Zalman offers for this day, "They would have crushed me had I not believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, giving myself and others gentle compassion that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Everyone must have hope to go on. Each of us must have hope and belief in our own hearts, but also reach out to those we see in need. I wouldn't have survived if I hadn't hoped that I would see yet your goodness, God, fully alive on earth." This Shabbat, may we be open vessels, willing to hold space for a multitude of identities, that these final days of 5778 may be for acceptance, compassion, and love. Amen, and Shabbat Shalom. We move now toward our concluding prayers. I'd like to call up the Krebs again to open the Ark for us for the Aleinu on page 586. And would everyone else please rise if you are able? Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu kamishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim, Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai V'melech Al Kol Haaretz Bayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad. You may be seated. And now we turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us in body, but remain with us in spirit. Tonight, or this week, marks a yahrzeit for Josephine Cosme, and we are still within a year of mourning for Norman Rosen, Tom Metzler, Rodney Smith, Amanda Chazen, Diane King, Alyssa Alhadef, Scott Beagle, Martin Duke Anguiano, Nicholas Dworet, Aaron Feiss, Jamie Gutenberg, Chris Hickston, Luke Hoyer, Clara Loughran, Gina Montalto, Joaquin Oliver, Elena Petty, Meadow Pollock, Helena Ramsey, Alex Schachter, Carmen Shentrup, Peter Wang, Neil Gilman, Karen Josephson, Dorothy McQuiston, Nick Ralston, Elise Gibson, Norma Porter, and Philip Brenner. And if anyone else has a name they'd like to share, please do so now. The Mourners' Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them, please rise. Vitgadal vitkada shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra pirute ve'amlich malchute, ve'chayechon u'v'yom echon u'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, va'agala u'vizman pari v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei amaya, vitbarach v'yishtabach vitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Vit hadar, vit ale, vit halal, shemei tikudisha barichu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Please be seated. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Ya'aseh shalom. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru. At this time, I would like to call up our president, Alec Levy, for some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi, thank you for leading us in a wonderful service. Thank you to the Krebs family for the wonderful oneg that we'll all be enjoying here momentarily. Three things about the rabbi's sermon. First, let's see if I can remember them all. When I was growing up, a friend of mine, who had just become teenagers, was trying to impress me with how manly he felt he was, and had disparaging things to say about homosexuals. And it was less that, and partly because he was trying to impress me with his manliness, and partly because there were no homosexuals around, so they were an easy target. And my first thought about the subject, I knew that they were out there. I hadn't had any thoughts about it. But my first thought was, the first thing about them is they're people. They're people too, just like me. And kind of just like the Mishkan, they were made in God's image, just like the rest of us. So my thought was, well, wait a minute. I'm not sure that's quite the right attitude. And I haven't seen him in a long time. We're friends on Facebook, and someday I'll have a chance to ask him if he still has that opinion. And based on some of his other postings on Facebook, I doubt he has the same one. But again, we're all made in God's image. Second point about that, let's see if I can remember each of these, the second point and the last point. Second point. One of the wonderful aspects of Ner Shalom is we are a diverse congregation. We welcome LGBTQ people. We welcome all kinds of people. We have many mixed marriages. We even have a president who is a member of the Republican Party. Me. So, we welcome anyone, no matter what their background or their beliefs. And the third point about that, maybe some people, not necessarily in the sanctuary right now, but maybe listening on our feed, may disagree with that. One of the wonderful aspects of what the rabbi has done is, if you disagree with it, at least you can think about what she said. And maybe it strengthens your view, maybe it changes your view. Either way, it makes you more knowledgeable about whatever the topic is. And in that sense, the rabbi has fulfilled one of her, for lack of a better term, responsibilities or jobs, which is that of teacher. So if you disagree with what the rabbi says, hey, this is Ner Shalom. If we put the old joke, we put 10 Jews in a room, we're going to get 11 opinions. Put 10 Ner Shalom members in a room, we're going to get 25 opinions. But if you listen to what the rabbi says, even if you disagree with it, you'll learn more about whatever the topic is. Even if it solidifies the fact that you disagree with it, you'll know more. You'll be more knowledgeable, and that's a good thing. So, those are my thoughts about Rabbi's sermon. Announcements. Tomorrow morning I'll be here and do some more weeding like I did last week. I think somebody came along behind me and did some great stuff, and whoever it was, thank you. But Sunday, very important. Sunday from 12 to 3 will be our annual congregation picnic and religious school open house. And if you haven't renewed your membership in Shul Cloud, and I'm starting to hear that maybe it's not quite as easy as it has been made out to be, so we're going to take a look at that. But if you haven't renewed your membership in Shul Cloud, or if you think you renewed but you're not sure, and maybe you got an email from me saying something about that, please do either renew your membership in Shul Cloud, see me, send me an email, or if you're here on Sunday, we'll try to get it taken care of. There's some people who said they did renew and then they found, oops, wait a minute, I'm on the list of people who didn't renew, so maybe there was something wrong there. We're trying to get that straightened out, and like I say, either see me tonight or see a board member, or come Sunday and we'll try to get it straightened out on Sunday. Before we get to Sunday, or actually it is also Sunday, it's Saturday. The sisterhood is, I'm doing this without notes, and that'll be the last time I do this without notes. The sisterhood is having a joint get-together with the Fredericksburg sisterhood, and should be a wonderful time, and I don't have the time off the top of my head. 1 o'clock. So, should be a good time. Next Friday night is a home Shabbat. Please do not come here. There will not be a service here, but please observe Sabbath in your own way at your own home or wherever you might be. Saturday night, there will be Selakot service, which is the start of the high holiday season. And then the following Sunday, September 9th, 2 important events happen. The first day of religious school occurs. So for all those of you who will either be learning or teaching, look forward to seeing you then. And Sunday night, September 9th, is when Rosh Hashanah begins, the start of the high holidays. So that's all I've got. Anybody, did I miss anything? Oh, I should mention that. Yes, September 7th is our Patriot Day Sabbath celebration, where we will be thanking and honoring all of the military and police and fire and medical and first responders in our community, emergency medical technicians and other first responders, all who either currently serve or previously served in any of those capacities are welcome to be honored. We hope to have a good turnout, especially of those people. It's a service we've done every year for about 4 years now, I think it is, and it's an important service to recognize those people. And Heidi? Anybody else? Shabbat Shalom.
Just one other thing I wanted to mention before the break, before my July break. For the last few months, we had some pre-Shabbat sing-alongs to try out new music, share tunes we know between us here in the community, and come to some new decisions about music in the service and things like that. So I realized August completely got away from us, and the High Holy Days were coming up before I had scheduled another one. So September 7th at 6:30, before the Patriots Day Shabbat, we'll have a sort of pre-High Holy Day sing-along to get into the musical notes of the prayers that change for High Holy Days, refresh your memory, learn them if you haven't spent a High Holy Days with us before, some other songs we might use for opening or closing on the High Holy Days. We'll sing those together on September 7th. And by September 7th, I'll have the October date set on the calendar, so we'll know when we're having our next sing-along so that we can learn some new tunes that I happen to know will be in use when the Sisterhood hosts the WRJ convention here in November. So you'll want to be here for that October sing-along too, so you'll be ready to show the rest of the women of Reformed Judaism that we know what we're singing. So, so sing-alongs. Now, for our closing song, we will sing Ein Kelohenu on page 626. Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkenu, Ein Kamoshienu, Mi Elohenu, Mi Adonenu, Mi Chemalkenu, Mi Chemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkenu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkenu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkenu, Atahu Moshienu. Shabbat Shalom. Please join us for Oneg and Kiddush.